YouTube world, what's up? It's Bam Bam. Okay, wake and bake. Let's go. Alright. I already took a shit, showered, shaved. I have my coffee. Get your coffee, let's do this. Alright, no fucking around. We're the not fucking around crew. Gotta get things done. Can't be lazy. Fuck no.
This motherfucker clean.
I slept in a little bit, but that's only because I was fucking gaming all night. Couldn't sleep worth the fuck. Chronic pain. It's a fucking wonderful thing, isn't it? Fuck. One day I'm not gonna have to feel it no more. Not complaining. Morning buzz. Got my weed. There we go. Actually, the morning buzz, here goes the first hit. Let's see how this comes out. This one gonna hit good. First one of the morning usually does. Ooh, that was smooth. Probably the second one gonna hit different. Yeah, I long haul on that motherfucker. And I hold it in too, so it's like super potent. Fuck. Yeah, see, that's when that's when you know you're gonna get fucked up. Is when you start coughing. And that's when you know you're gonna feel a nice buzz. Yeah. And which I need to. Holy fuck. Let me tell you something. Just getting up, taking a shit, and having a shower, and getting coffee organized, and my fucking bed made. Holy shit, it's a task and then some. And my fucking back is kicking my ass. Literally. My fucking hands are throbbing. Fucking, my hands feel like they're on fire right now. Fuck. Like, that's the thing. If I push my hands too far, and they just fucking, it just feels like they're on fire and they won't stop. It's just fucking, it's like, oh great, that's awesome, right? That's why I tell you guys, I only do, like, I do some streaming, and then like each day, I'll do only certain house chores. You know what I mean? Like, I break everything up throughout the week. So like nothing gets done in the same fucking day. Or in the same weekend. Absolutely not. And I two-hand my coffee cup. It's sad, but I could smoke weed. I mean, it could be worse. I could turn around and take a fistful of meds, right? And then be a zombie and be like, and talk like a fucking idiot, right? Who knows, maybe I am talking like an idiot. That's your fucking opinion, but whatever opinion you guys have of me, I don't care. That's your thing, right? But at least I'm not talking like a zombie. Like some drugged up zombie. Right? Could be a lot worse. I don't want to be like that anyways. My heart breaks for people who are addicted to opioids. Because, unfortunately, they like, in my opinion, they're victims, okay? Anybody who's addicted to opioids, they're victims of the system.
Hi there.
The system turned around and basically tricked them into taking opioids to solve their problems, and then got them addicted, and then it started destroying their lives, and then the system acts like it's not their fault. And then it turns around and decides it's gonna judge that person. Isn't that sick and fucked? How that little circle of reality goes around? Huh? I mean, when you think about it, right, that's how it works, okay? Because they tried that shit right on me, right at the hospital. As soon as the doctors see me in the hospital, first thing they wanted to put me on was fucking opioids. First doctor turned around and told me that I was gonna need to be on it because that was the only way I was gonna be able to tolerate the pain that's going through my body. I said, why? And he said, because you're gonna have to live with this pain. I said, what are you talking about? Like, no. Like, no, you fix me right now. And they're like, yeah, we have a solution. Like, we can't do anything right now for you, but we have a solution for you in the meantime. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now. Like, if I could hit you right now, I would. I told him that, right? He was like, I fucking smoke weed. How fast do you try to put me on fuck? I was like, get this piece of shit away from me right now. I was like, fucking, you're lucky I can't get out of this fucking bed. Right? Couldn't move where the fuck. I was angry. So fast. They want to put you on that shit. Like, oh. And look at society. Look at our folks. Look at our fellow human beings who ended up unfortunately being addicted to that shit, right? And whose lives got destroyed. It's not their fucking fault, literally. Like, they are not fucking animals, believe me. Okay, it wasn't their fault. They got tricked into fucking thinking that something was gonna be helping their lives, and it ended up making their lives 10 times worse. Right? And the system don't want to fucking pick up the pieces and admit that shit, right? And take responsibility. But it is their fucking fault, right? It is Big Pharma's fault. A lot of the drug overdoses and all the opioid crisis, look around, okay? It's their fucking fault. It is. Right? Because when you're addicted to shit, you can't go without it or you'll get dope sick. They know that. Right? So they trap people like that one. Information 101, right? They do. That's how they get them. They knew right off the bat, if they put me on Oxy, I'm gonna be addicted to Oxy right away. And they knew Oxy would turn around and trick my mind into thinking that I'm not in pain. Fuck, they tried pumping morphine through me. Okay? And I ripped it out. I ripped out the fucking IV. Because I was puking. And I was like, you can't put that in me. And they're like, you can't. Your body can't sustain the amount of pain. We need to do something to slow your heart rate down. And I was like, this isn't gonna do it. Like, you're gonna kill me. Right? You fucking don't be stupid. My body naturally, like, I've never really taken anything other than like Tylenol or extra strength Tylenol, maybe even Advil liquid gels for some headaches once in a while, or even on like cold back in the day. But other than that, like, my immune system on my body is pretty huge. You know, like, I'm not one of those people that takes Tylenol for fucking anything or medicine. Like, I'll ride it out. Like, I don't know. I have lemon and honey in my house. You know, I infuse my water. I drink lemon water. I do my self-care. So I don't really have that kind of concern when it comes to health wise on that. Because if you take care of yourself, if you take care of number one, it's when you stop taking care of yourself, that's when shit goes downhill. Period. All of you need to know that. You don't need pills for shit. Fuck all. Alright? I mean, granted, I need pills to slow my fucking heart rate down right now. But that's only when I need it. Right? That's only when it gets bad. It's only, like, when my heart rate increases. I got... It has to be brought down. Because if not, it'll go into heart attack mode. Right? I've already had 2 close calls. So I don't want another one. Right. The one time my heart rate was 196 and climbing. So that scared the shit out of me. So they ended up putting me on meds for that one. You know, I'm okay with it. I'm not a pill taker. No. But when it comes to the heart and shit like that, that scares the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Because that, you can't control that fucking thing. That little ticker goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and I don't want to stress it out too much. Right? I don't want to make it go and it won't work no more. I'm not ready to go. There's still some shit I want to see. Right? I do want to see my kids grow up and get married and have their families. Like, I want to be a grandfather. I want to be a part of their lives. Like, I want to be able to see that part of their lives. So I want to be around. So I try to take care. I take care of my self-care. Some of you wonder, because like some of you, I still forget that idiot's name up until now. But it mentioned, it was like saying like, oh, how do you do certain things around the house? Like, oh, so you do certain things around the house, but you have disability. Let me tell you something about disability, okay? Just because you have disability, right? If you put your mind to something, you can do it. Okay? I can do the things that you guys do. It just, I do it differently. And it takes me more time. That's all. Right?
Wow, she looks good.
So,
Not that she didn't already.
and I have to take I have to be careful at things. That's why when I get offline and I say to you guys like, I'm not going to be back for a few hours because I'm going to be making my food and doing a few things. Like, you notice it'll take me a while. Like, it's not like I can just, I'm not like the average person. Like, I can go speed demon and clean the house quick times and, you know, cook and clean quick. No. Everything has to be handled carefully.
Whoa, now she looks pretty, but not in like
Done differently than you guys. Well, not you guys. I mean, like, not to say it, everybody in general, because there's other people with disabilities as well. So I'm not including them, but the average person who has fully functional everything, just normal, has no disability, fucking takes everything for granted, guaranteed. Because I did. Until everything changed. Seriously, I didn't like the change. I still don't like the change. I'm still not okay with the change, fuck. But, fucking wake up and I have to deal with it. That's all. It is what it is. I just make the best of it. That's all. I take every day as it is. Every day I wake up, I'm thankful that I woke up. And I go and do the things that they said that I wasn't going to be able to do by myself. Nice. Oh, you wandering the streets of YouTube, huh? Oh, good morning to you, sir. I was wandering the streets of YouTube too when I was taking a shit. Actually, I like that. You know what? That's what you could run with that one. Okay? I like that, wandering the streets. You could put wandering the streets of YouTube right on the end of that one. Yeah. That would go smooth for sure. Yeah, but I got my morning coffee, I got my morning weed. Don't worry, I'm hitting the weed vape. Hands feel like they're on fire this morning, but it's okay. The weed will kick in soon. And it won't be so bad. Fuck. And then I got this thing. I discovered that this sounds weird. To some of you, but so you know your face cloths, right? So I can take a face cloth, soak it in water, rinse it out, like drain it out, right? Make sure it's just damp, okay? Throw it in the freezer, okay? And then when my fucking hands are just really pissing me off, I go to the freezer and I grab one of those and I hold it in whatever hands bother me the most at that point. And sometimes I grab both. Like I got two of them in the freezer, right, besides the ice packs. But I found those work really good. It was a neat. I just wanted to share that little idea with you guys because that's something I came across one day. And I was just like, I was playing with ideas. I'm like, well, I wonder what happens if you throw a washcloth, excuse me, in the freezer. And then I was like, what's worse that could happen, right? It's probably gonna stick inside the freezer or some shit. No. It was cool. It was alright. It comes out stiff as a rock, right? Stiff as a hard-on, basically, right? Like solid wood. And you just like it's almost like having an instant ice pack for any kind of like injury. It really helps bring down the pressure, believe me, rather than like sticking a full ice pack on there and you know, shocking your system with too much cold. Sometimes that's painful too. Fuck. I can't win. I really can't win at times. Fuck no. Sleep, I win. Yep. I win when I sleep. Even then, sometimes, fuck no. Even then, in the fucking, the bed, that'll give me a weird fucking sleep, so I don't like that either. If it wasn't for the world of GTA, I probably would have lost my mind by now. That's a fact. I know that. Because I can tell you guys. I know this sounds scary. And it's gonna freak you guys out. I know some of you aren't gonna be prepared to hear this. But chronic pain will push you to your breaking point, okay? And it will fuck with your mind on different levels that you don't understand until you go through it, which I wish to God you never do. Okay? Seriously, nobody needs to be in this pain. Nope, nobody. Not even your worst enemy, man. Don't even wish this one, no. Okay? Now, you can, like, it will take you to places where you're just like mentally so fucking frustrated that you just want to fucking scream and snap. Okay? And like you can't take it anymore. And oh, okay. No, definitely. You know what? I have talked to the doc today anyway, so over the phone. So I'll be talking to, hey Ash, good morning. Nice to see you. Good morning. Nice to see you back. And McGunja, I definitely, I'm gonna defeat and spray. Okay, I'll remember that. Cause I'd like something as well for like the lower back, and then like there's one right there's a section of my back like right near the right part, uh, like right near my neck, like right near my shoulder blade there, in that area, and that area sometimes like really acts up and gets on fire sometimes too. Like sometimes that area, like you guys can hear it too. Like if that area is acting up, you guys will hear like I'll be talking like this, and all of a sudden like I stop. I'm like, fuck. Like I can't breathe, I can't talk, I can't, like it'll stop you in your tracks. Right? But I mean the good thing is I get to smoke as much weed as possible as I want. I guess that's the upside to it. Really. I like that. You can't say that's a bad thing. I mean, there's worse things, right? I could turn around and be addicted to fucking the pills, right? But I'm not. Obi, what's going on, dude? Wake and bake, brother. Here we are dealing drugs to the local drug dealer. In uniform, no less.
So long.
See ya. Smoke weed every day. No, he looks like he does more than weed. No, but seriously, they some of them doctors out there, most of them doctors out there, people, I'm telling you, they will fucking be so fast to put your ass on fucking narcotics, and they're gonna make you a fucking zombie, and they're gonna make you, see, if you're on disability and you got serious fucking problem and shit like that, the quicker they can get you on a fucking narcotic, the better, because the system will turn around and give them a lot of money. You see what I mean? They like the doctor's office that turns around, the doctor that turns around and prescribes you that shit, he gonna profit that one. He or she gonna profit big time. Okay? Seriously, that practice gonna profit big time off of you. Okay? Especially if they know you have fucking life fucking altering injuries like I had, you are like, they will you're like gold to them. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like a gold mine to them, because they know the quicker they put you on that one, they know that you're gonna be on that one for life, and you'll be addicted, and you'll be hooked, and you'll be fucked. And then there'll be something else that they have to put you on to get you off of that one, and the cycle will just repeat itself, and you'll stay in the system. You'll stay in the cycle is what I mean. They'll own your ass. Okay? You don't want that. Okay? There's good doctors out there, don't get me wrong, okay? But most doctors out there are quick to fucking make the money and get you in and out the door and put you on the narcotics. They know that if they get you on narcotics, especially if they know that you are gonna be reliant on it, and that you'll be quickly reliant on it, oh fuck, they're so fast to fucking try and convince you on it. And when I turn around and told them that I smoke weed, right? They turn around, tried everything to convince me, and turn around and tell me the fucking weed was bad for me. How do you smoke your weed? I said, what does it matter? How does it matter how I smoke my weed? I was like, how do you guys make your pills? Is it the question I asked the doctor. And he looked at me and he smirked. And he goes, you think this is funny? I said, no. Why? He goes, you're gonna need these. You're gonna need this. He goes, because you're gonna end up losing your mind eventually. Because you're not gonna be able to tolerate this. And I said, no, I will. I got it. It's fine. Right? And they looked at me with a serious look on their face. And they're like, listen, you need this. Okay? Or else you're going to go cuckoo. He said it like that. And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, the pain you're experiencing right now will not stop.
I keep it real. What are you gonna do?
I just looked at him for a second. I was like, why?
Oh wait, she already did.
He looked at me and he goes, it's unfixable. So, you need this. I was like, oh, I see now. I see how it is. So, you're going to tell me I need this one. Right? So you can own me. And you're going to try and mind fuck me. Huh? You don't think I'm strong? I turned around and I said, fuck you, man. I'm not taking that one. Nope. I got my weed, it's fine. Marijuana has a lot of bad things for you. I was like, oh, that's your opinion. Right? I said, but you, I said, so does pills, right? But you're not turning around telling me that the pills are bad. You're turning around and trying to put me on the damn pills. Yeah? So, they don't like it when you educate them. No. Yeah. They don't like smart motherfuckers. No. Okay? They like it when you a sheep. When you just sit there and nod your head and be like a bobblehead. Right? And you be like, okay, okay. And they tell you, take this, call me in the morning. They like the people that sit there and go, okay, doc, okay, okay. And they don't look up no information. They don't look up what the side effects are. None of that shit. It's like clueless. It's like, fuck. They put you on oxycodone. Okay? What do you think that leads to? Huh? That leads to a whole fucking... Eventually you need something stronger than that shit. And what's stronger than that? Methadone. Right?
You thought about giving me some
Because I have my friends on oxys. He graduated. Like, I literally watched him graduate into the drugs. Like, man, the stuff the doctors did to him. Like I was explaining to you guys yesterday. My heart breaks for him. Okay? Not gonna mention his name. But they started him out on oxy. And fucking just graduated him up the chain. Up the drug chain.
I'm ready to go on this.
I want to say the food chain, but it's not the food chain. It's the drug chain. It's the narcotic chain.
How can I help you?
They just dragged him up the fucking chain. And sadly, okay, and he deals with chronic pain. Okay? And sadly, he talks like one of your kindergarten kids. Okay? Like it's heartbreaking. Like he can't complete a conversation with you because he'll forget and he'll lose track so quick. And like it breaks your heart as you're speaking to in you're like, that's not the same person. And the drugs did that. You know? And the doctors did that. And it's like, you can't get that person back. You end up realizing that that person's lost forever. And it was the drugs that did it. So that's another reason why I will advocate against narcotics for the rest of my fucking life. Do not take it for chronic pain. Smoke weed. Right? I'm gonna try CBD oil, so I'm gonna let you guys know how that works for me. Right? I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that shit, right? That sounds promising. It really does. That puts a smile on my face because it's gonna be a little bit expensive, but I think that it's gonna have some really good positive output for sure. I think it's really gonna help, especially on my bad days. Because you guys gotta understand, like, for the last 2 years, up until October, and I'm just still getting things still financially structured. Like, it costs it would always cost me anywhere between fucking $300 and $350, sometimes $400 a month. I think to maintain the pain. Like, and then I had to reduce that, and I reduced that, and I went to the vaping because I needed something stronger, right? And I needed something, and plus, I couldn't sustain paying that all the time, right? So I had to look at a cheaper alternative, and I went to the cartridge, and puffing on that is better, and higher percentage, right? Because the average person will go get a pre-roll and smoke that, and that'll fuck them up for a day, okay? That won't do shit to me. Alright? Seriously, I can smoke a half-gram pre-roll to my face and smile and keep walking. Like, it will put a smile on the face, sure, but it's not gonna do anything to me. That's what I mean. I can be able to smoke it like a cigarette. Oh, by the way, I wouldn't recommend smoking cigarettes. Those of you who do smoke, try to quit, okay? As a previous smoker, a person who used to smoke, trust me, your life is a lot better when you quit. Okay? Yeah. I don't smoke. I smoke the weed pen, but that's it. Well, it's not even a weed pen. It's the vape thing. Vape square. I don't know what that's what it is. Whatever the hell it is, it's good medicine. It's kind of weird how they turned around and pushed out weed and said that weed was bad. You know how much good things come from weed? Huh? The whole plant itself, right? When you break it down, when you break down everything for it, not only do you get good bud from it to smoke, okay, but the whole rest of the plant could be used for everything else, for all kinds of things. And we're not even going to dive into it. We're not even going to go into examples here, but there's a list, okay? So why would they turn around and want to mass produce zombies with drugs, with hard narcotics, and not want to mass produce weed? That should alarm us, right? That should be a head scratcher for all of us. Because when you think back to it, okay, my best friend, as they say, is indigenous, native. I can get away with saying, I can call him a bunch of things. I can call him native, I can call him whatever I want, okay? And because he allows me to. And I can go on their reserve and do whatever I want. Now, when you go back to their days, when they were first on the land, before modern time, right? Before the modern industrial revolution, they used weed all the time, and herbal medicines. How come that's not?
You need me to bring you a ride?
How come that's not practiced now, or even more or less?
I'll bring it by.
Present it now. it's very easily presented to put somebody on medication and get them on pills and prescribe them some shit than it is to tell them to grow some weed plants, right? And do the herbal thing. And fucking do something that's actually healthy for you and keep you alive, right? And that might actually help you. Instead of making your situation worse, it just doesn't make sense to me, right? Maybe I'm one of those people that reads between the fucking lines too much and understands things too much, okay? My mind analyzes everything. I can't shut that off, you know? Sometimes it gets the best of me, and sometimes it gets me in trouble, and sometimes it takes my mind on a journey where I want to explore and I want to learn and learn and learn and dive deeper and figure it out, and I enjoy it. Like for instance, if I want to know, like, well, when I went to the Philippines, right, I started researching Manila, right? When I knew I was going to go to the Philippines for a visit there, I started researching all the places I was going to go, right? My mind just went a mile a minute, you know, like a hamster on a wheel. Like, and keeps going, and didn't get off the wheel, right? And like my mind went ahead and like researched everything, researched the airport, researched like flight times, researched where the connection flights are, researched what the community is like, researched what the crime level's like, what's been the weather for the last week, what's been this, what's been that. Like, so many questions go through my mind. I just want to look at it and find out the information, right? It's like my mind wants to figure it out and analyze and know before we do it, kind of thing. So that way, when I went over to the Philippines, I had no real surprises except for the fact that when I came outside of fucking the airport and stepped outside into the fucking streets of Manila, I got hit with a wall of fucking heat and fucking... It's just... It takes your breath away. Literally. Heat and humidity. Instantly. Okay? Here I am in fucking t-shirt and shorts. Okay? And now, in the parking lot, no bullshit. Okay? And we haven't even fucking really walked away from the front doors. All I want to do is take my fucking shorts off, my shirt off. I can't stand the fucking heat. I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, I can't survive here. I was like, I looked at my exit. I gotta go back inside. I can't breathe here. This is fucked. Like, I can't do this shit. I can't survive there. No fucking way. No. Alberta's air is clean, crisp, fucking cold. That's just the way I fucking like it. It may get like the Arctic here in the wintertime. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. That's what keeps you fucking idiots away. Because the idiots can't survive here. No, the idiots fucking they don't even make it through a fucking winter here. No. When idiots move here for the first time, they think Alberta's nice, beautiful shit like that. They get halfway through a winter and they're like, fuck this shit. And they pack it up and they go to Vancouver, okay? Where it's nice and warm through the winter time. No shit. Okay? Nobody sticks around here negative fucking 30 and negative 40. You understand? Nobody. Nobody in their right fucking minds. Okay? The only kind of people that live in the kind of fucking climate and area that I live in are the people that don't want to be bothered by the rest of fucking society. and that don't want to be bothered by the fucking one digits. Okay? Because we know the one digit society can't survive up here. You know what I'm saying? They can't. They'll freeze to death like a fucking fudgesicle. They will. It fucking won't last the first winter. I know people who've moved here and fucking didn't even last 6 months. Didn't even last a fucking month, actually. I was gonna say 6 months, 6 weeks. Alright? 6 weeks, got homesick, fucking packed their shit and left. Right? Not to mention, okay, I just told you about winter. I just gave you like a little taste of what winter's like here. Okay? In this province, people, okay, people of all walks of life, human beings, my fellow human beings. That's what I'm going to have to start saying now, right? Because pretty soon I'm going to offend everybody, fuck. And I already do offend everybody. So, holy shit, I might as well just say my fellow human beings. Because you can't say, you know, like, God forbid Donald Trump gets up there and says, my fellow Americans, right? Because some asshole, you know some assholes in the background go, I'm offended! I am offended! You just offended me! Yep. You know it. You know there's some Karen motherfucker in the background that's offended. As soon as you say that shit. So, you know, my fellow human beings, right? I guess would be the more appropriate way to address it. But my fellow human beings, I haven't even told you what happens here in the summertime. No. It's very scary here in the summertime too. Oh yeah. See, in the summertime it gets so hot here, right? We're so high up in elevation that the fucking sun literally torches us. Yeah, and sets our shit on fire. Yep. Our forests and shit like that lights up like a matchbox. Yep. And because we get such dry conditions, we barely see fucking rain. You know? Rain to us is like, it's like we're praying for rain. Okay? We seriously, like we have prayers for rain. Okay? Because we have fucking dry spells here. It's so fucking bad in this province. It's like we live so close to the fucking Pacific Ocean, yet it don't fucking rain here. Figure that the fuck out. Right? It's like, look at Arizona. Same shit. Same shit. Exact same shit. Okay? Alberta is, oh fuck, same thing. You follow the fucking line down, you follow the Rocky Mountain line down, and it takes you all the way into the south, into the warm shit, into the desert stuff. Like, that's why we have the desert shit here too. We got fucking scorpions here, we got rattlesnakes, we got all kinds of weird shit. Oh fuck. When people figure out what's actually here, they get creeped the fuck out. And they're like, no thanks, I'm out of here. Right? And they find out that we got cougars and we got fucking lynx roaming around in the fucking woods and the mountains and bears. Oh, they're like, fuck, what's that? And they look that shit up and they're like, really? That can hunt me? And they're like, and we're like, yep. If it moves and moves around on 4 legs here in this province, chances are it's gonna kill you. Okay? It's either gonna be 1, scared of you, or number 2, it's gonna try and kill you because it's freaked out about you. It'll try and kill you in self-defense, likely, right? And I haven't even gotten into, like, there's bison, there's moose here, or, fucking the list goes on, right? Now, in the summertime, if all that didn't scare you enough, okay, in the summertime, the sun will bake your ass, okay, and burn you if you stay out in the sunlight too long. If you stay out in the sun too long here, okay? That's a fact, okay? Sunscreen don't do shit for you, alright? No, it won't do fuck all for you here, alright? Not a chance, okay? The other thing, okay? Now, The skies look nice and blue and beautiful, don't they? Right? Sun's out. Shit. You know? You're at the mountains. Fucking awesome day. Right? Having a great time. Okay? All of a sudden, dark cloud comes out of nowhere. Okay? And fucking hail. Okay? And we're not talking average size. Like, listen, at first, it starts out at quarter size. Okay? And I say that for you Americans, so you understand the size of the hail. Okay? It starts out as the size of a quarter. Alright? Then it graduates. Okay? You guys don't have loonies. Okay? But we do. So it goes to the size of a loonie, usually, and then the size of a toonie. And then it graduates to the size of a fucking golf ball. Okay? Alright. Doesn't stop there. No. You're like, what the fuck? Golf ball sized hail. You guys get golf ball sized hail? Oh, you fucking right we do. Golf ball sized hail is a good day. Okay? That's the least of our fucking worries is golf ball sized hail. You guys say golf ball sized hail and you're like, holy shit, oh wow, that does a lot of damage. Listen, baseball sized hail fucking does a lot of damage. Okay? Yeah. When you've lived through baseball sized hail and you've seen what kind of shit that does, come share your story with me, okay? Because I'll share mine with you. Okay? I've lived through it. Yep. I've lived through fucking hailstorms. Yeah, the worst of the worst. One of them was in 2020 as well. Yeah. June 13th, 2020. I will never forget that fucking day. No. That day is scarred and burned into my fucking into my brain forever. Forever. You can't unsee shit like that. No way. Like, you just, and the damage it does, and the flooding, and the things you have to, the things you end up doing to save and help and check on your neighbors. Oh man, you guys, nobody got to go through that one. Brent's is here. Morning coffee, shit. See? We've been smoking the weed. We haven't been paying attention. Dispatch, we kind of crashed into the car. Yep. There'll be some damage when we get back to the shop. Over. Oops. It's a big oops. 5-0. We gotta go. Somebody ratted us out. Shit. Come on. Can you sneak through here? You bet you.
Not again.
Come on. Fingers crossed. Son of a bitch. I guess I'm pretty easy to spot, right? Great big fucking tow truck, towing a car. Better turn these lights off, fuck. Maybe that'll help. Do. Oh, son of... Are you fucking kidding me right now? They almost make it impossible for you to get away from them. You know that? Here, I'm pulling a 180. Fuck them. We're going back to the yard anyways. I got a plan. Fuck you guys. It's almost like a Cartman moment. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Remember that? South Park? Fuck. Oh, South Park, those days. I miss those days. Sometimes, you know, like those days where it was like, where it was fucked up weather outside, and you just look forward to watching TV, right? South Park would be on, Simpsons would be on. Yeah, those were the good days. Those were the good days where shows were on TV and nobody got offended. No. Matter of fact, everything we were watching was offensive. Like, well, no, sorry. According to cancel culture nowadays, it's offensive.
We'll salvage the parts
Okay.
and get paid in no time.
Like, if cancel culture was to turn around and look at the TV shows that we used to watch, they're gonna look at that and fucking lose their fucking mind. Oh yeah. They're gonna freak out, right? Like, God forbid they watch that 70s show. Huh? Fucking Red would fucking send them for a loop. Huh? Dumbass! Fucking that... Red was my favorite, okay? You can't fix stupid. He'd say shit like that, right? He'd come out with sayings that would nowadays offend everybody. Well, everybody in this modern day generation. What fucking generation is coming up nowadays? What do we call it now? Should we call them the offensive generation? I think so, because we can't call them the millennials. No. Fuck no. Can we call them Generation Stupid? No, that's gonna offend them. Right? That's gonna get us banned on social media because of rat's ass. You know? Nowadays, like, cancel culture wants to fucking ban you for everything. As soon as you say something offensive, can't say that. Cancelled. Just like that, right? Get that motherfucker off the air. You can't hear that shit. Oh, no. Fuck, can't hear common sense. Can't hear the fucking truth. We gotta cancel that shit right now. That's how it's going. Okay? And I'm looking at fucking all this shit going, and you guys think I'm fucked? Huh? Come on. Here, let me show you what's going on. Huh? Do I need to open your fucking eyes? Eyes must be glued the fuck shut. If you guys can't figure this fuck out. Right? And look what's happening around us. Like, cancel culture canceling everything, taking your rights and freedom away. Can't say shit nowadays. Can't. Here, I can. I got freedom of speech here in Alberta, but like fucking like I mean, like if I go into another province and start talking like this shit, they're gonna lock me up and throw away the key, man. Like fucking that's what the kind of liberal state we fucking live in. It's bullshit. They would fucking get so highly offended they'd find out some fucking way to charge me for it, and they'd lock me up and fucking keep me there and fucking try me, prosecute me, and probably stick me with some kind of bullshit. Fucking they did it to Jordan Peterson in fucking Ontario, man. Like look at his situation. They took his fucking medical license. He can't practice. He can't do nothing. They're threatening him with fucking jail for freedom of speech. Like fuck. Like, he might as well pack it up and come to Alberta. He's probably considering it at this point, after meeting Tucker Carlson and being out here, right? A couple weeks ago, he was here with Tucker. I mean, where does it end, guys? You know? I'm grateful to live in a province where my premier backs the Constitution and backs the right for freedom of speech and backs our rights for freedom. I'm very fortunate for that. I'm very lucky for that too, because I know the rest of you are suppressed right now. And I know for you guys who are suppressed and who are listening to this, okay, the day's coming when all this bullshit's gonna end, okay? This oppressed shit's gonna stop, okay? I promise you that. We're fighting hard for our rights and freedoms, and we're never gonna give up. No.
All right, bring the car in. We'll salvage the parts and get paid.
They can't silence us forever. And even if they tried, what did BAM do? BAM just made another channel, right? Here we are. Ba-na-na. Bam, bam. All right. They tried to silence BAM. Fuck, they've tried to silence a few of my friends. who are YouTubers, and they fucking made second and third channels just in case, okay? And made sure they're followers, so everybody's prepared, right? So we're now, they thought they were mind fucking us in their little cancel culture war. Well, we just fucked them. We just found a way around their little fucked up system, right? Because you can't silence us. You can't silence freedom. You cannot silence fucking freedom. You can't. Motherfucker, you can never silence freedom. Okay? We, no. That's alright. Look it. I encourage everybody to go and look up our constitutional rights. Okay? Look up your constitutional rights. And study it. Know it. Know your rights. Fight for your rights. Fight for your freedom. Okay? You have the right to say no. Okay? You have the right to refuse. Hey, guess what? Fun facts. When the police come and they arrest you, guess what? You have the right to remain silent. Oh. Imagine that, fuck. Okay? You have rights. You just need to know them. Educate yourself, please. Okay? I can't always educate everybody, fuck. Are you kidding me right now? We're gonna be here for a while. My brain's so fucking loaded with information. It's like a library. I used to, long time ago, right? When I very first started driving truck, I was doing the moving part of things, right? And I remember being in Mississauga, in Ontario, near Toronto, and having to move this professor's house. And he was a think tank like me. He was an analyst, except for he was around when the internet wasn't born. Okay? So, when he was like, oh, I just have a few books in the basement, I was like, oh, a few books? No problem. Okay. We get down to the basement, and the entire fucking basement's been converted into a library. Okay? And we're talking wall, all around the walls, shelves built into the fucking walls, and books upon rows of books. There was 15,000 pounds of books in that guy's basement. Okay? I know, because I fucking weighed the fucking load when I was done loading it. Ooh.
Hey, buddy.
Why do I have a $10,000 bounty on me? That's weird. That's random. Does the game just put $10,000 bounties on people now? Creepy. Or maybe I got some kind of a stalker creep that came into my lobby and then just put a bounty on me. I don't know. I don't know. Weird. I didn't do anything wrong in the game. All I did was tow some cars. Oh, okay, maybe towing the cars and getting away with it. Yeah. Getting away with that, getting away from the cops, likely, got me the $10,000 bounty. But still, that's weird. The game can put a $10,000 bounty on you, but when you call, when you're online, to put a bounty on somebody, you still have to pay Lester $1,000, and the game takes $9. Yeah. That's how I figure out, like, that's how I just reminded myself that it was the game that put the bounty on me. Because the game will put an automatic $10,000 bounty on you. If you're in a public lobby, it'll be a 9. If you do bad behavior, like steal cars, you can get a bounty put on you as well. So watch out for that. Okay, he's usually here smoking weed. Not today. Franklin's out in the hood. He's roaming the streets. He in the south. Yeah. He's with Lamar. Or either that or Lamar's trailing behind him. Right? Puff, puff, pass, motherfucker. See, I don't understand how some people can't smoke weed. I look at people who don't smoke weed, and I'm like, you need to smoke weed. Smoking weed would do you some fucking good. Yep. Have you guys ever noticed that? Like, maybe it's just me as a stoner, because, you know, I use it for chronic pain, but as I can't help it. Look, like, you can tell. You can tell nowadays who doesn't smoke weed and who does. And you can tell, like, you could look at some people in society, like, I've seen some people online, some videos online, of some people, how they act for, like, TikTok and stuff like that, and they do these, you know, weird-ass videos and shit, and I look at that and I'm like, your ass needs to smoke some weed. You wouldn't be like that if you smoked some weed. No. Your ass wouldn't even leave the house. No. You'd go for a bag of chips, right? Or you'd be raiding the snacks in the house. You'd be making some food. Okay? But your ass wouldn't be out there in public acting like a crazy fucking person. Right? No. When's the last time when is the last time anything was ever reported on social media or the news where somebody was so high on weed that they end up causing a major traffic accident, killing people? Huh? How? They can't. They're too stoned, fuck. Are you kidding me? They're so fucking stoned they're trying to get to the fucking... They're trying to figure out how to get to a fast food joint. Or to get to 7-Eleven. Okay? They ain't worried about going driving anywhere. Some of them can't even fucking... They think they can drive, and then they get in the driver's seat and they're like, oh no, fuck. Can't do this one. Right? It ain't worth it. Alright? I'm too fucked up. I'm too hungry for this shit. Right? I want to go sit down. Right? Ain't nobody causing violence. When's the last time a stoner, a legit stoner, okay? A legit person who just smokes weed. When was the last time they were a mass killer? Huh? Or, seriously, when were they a mass killer? When were they a mass murderer? When were they like a person that was, you know, up in front of the judge for the 15th fucking DUI and killed somebody this time? No. No, absolutely not. Right? If anything, that motherfucker is guilty of going to a fast food restaurant or a 7-Eleven and buying munchies and eating. Okay? And enjoying life. Right? Big difference. Right? Guess what? The world's waking up and realizing that the fucking news media is full of shit. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. Alright? I've been telling you guys this for 4 fucking years. I just watched that shit. I want to know what kind of shit to try and download to society, because I want to know what kind of fucking shit I'm up against. Right? You gotta be prepared for that stuff. I look at the shit that they're feeding to people, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me right now. And people, and I'm thinking to myself, and people are gonna believe this shit too. Fuck. That's what's scary. Okay? That's what scares the shit out of me over anything. Okay? It's not how... It's not what's happening with society, it's the fact... It's the information and the disinformation that they're feeding to society. And then the thought that... The realization that there's people out there that are literally going to just buy into that immediately without a fucking question, without questioning it. And that's scary. That's fucking terrifying. Because there's a lot of people out there that you and I both know. Those of you who are listening to me right now, you guys know. Okay? You guys know there's sheep out there immediately that will sit there and be like, bah, okay. Basically. Like, that's it. Like, they might as well speak like that. Right? They won't question it. They won't do the research. They'll just, as soon as they're told, trust the science. Trust our science. We're right. We're correct. Right? They're gonna go, bah, okay. And they're gonna, you know? And they're gonna line up like robots. Or sheep. Now it might as well be robots. Because they basically trap them with a little fucking cell phone screen. You know? Yeah. I'm not even trapped with my cell phone screen, but most of society is.
Need, boss.
Look at them.
Oh,
Look at them
hi.
on the sidewalks.
How can I help you?
You know
I'll
you know
take care
those
of the food.
motherfuckers who are
You
trapped
take
in
care
their
of the
cell
company.
phones. They can't even walk down the fucking sidewalk without looking at their phone, being stuck on their phone. They're stuck on stupid. Right? Bam gotta make coffee. Alright? Bam's taking 2 or 3 minutes. Be right back. Damn, babe, it's back. Got my coffee. Damn. I take serious hits off that one. But I need to. Alas. Makes the pain a little that much tolerable. As if I have a choice. Excuse me. Let's see what we gotta do here. This warehouse, 145k. I'm gonna increase that right now. We've got 3 crates. I'll increase that one up to 200. No problem. Right quick. Now, my first coffee is usually coffee. This one, I get weird and treat myself. I do half and half. I do half coffee, half hot chocolate.
It's the general.
I get weird like that. That's the closest thing to a fucking Starbucks. Fruit, coffee, fucking latte, whatever the fuck shit they call that stuff nowadays. It's not coffee. Whatever it is, like, it's called cancer in a cup. That's what you're drinking, okay? You're paying for cancer, by the way. Newsflash, you little Starbucks bastards, okay? Yeah, alright. Dumb Starbucks motherfuckers. Waiting in line to fucking pay for cancer. Unbelievable. Can't fix stupid, man.
The goods are already loaded in a truck. All you gotta do is pick it up and get it back to the warehouse. Look out for trouble on the way.
Oh, look out for trouble on the way. Look how nice she says that. Look out for trouble along the way, by the way. Seriously, I can't understand the stupidity that's behind the people who will cry and whine about gas prices and the cost of living, but yet they're waiting in the McDonald's drive-thru. Okay? Okay. Stuck on stupid. Right? I mean, they're sitting there literally in the drive-thru of McDonald's, wasting fuel, paying for fast food, when damn well they could have fucking bought it at home. But hey man, the cost of fucking living is through the fucking roof, and life's horrible, but yet I'm at McDonald's preaching to people about it while I'm in the drive-thru. Yeah. Can't make this shit up. Okay. I can't help but look at society. I actually no. When I look at society, I'm like, there's no hope for us. No, none. We are screwed. We are so screwed. I think to myself, fuck. I need to stay alive. I need to make sure I stay alive, because I'm gonna be the only one with common sense to be able to help my kids navigate through this fucking shit show of a world that's about to happen. Okay, the world that's about to fucking take place is fucked. Yeah. Bam's going off grid this year and getting a fucking houseboat. Get the fuck out of here. I'm telling you guys that right now. Alright? I'm already starting the whole prepping to be off fucking grid and everything else. Like, there's no fucking chance in hell that I'm gonna stick around while society fucking keeps collapsing. Okay? You guys might want to live in fantasy land all you want and think that things are gonna get better, but I'm telling you something right now. One day, eventually, we're not gonna be doing this shit no more. Okay? One of these days, we're gonna wake up to the reality of the Gaza Strip. Okay, fun facts. Fun facts. Okay? Now, those of you who are prepared for that day, okay, you're going to be long gone. Okay? When shit hits the fan. You'll be far away from shit hitting the fan. When shit hits the fan, major cities are going to be an infection spot. Okay? People will kill each other, and most people won't survive the first 24 hours. Okay? Not even the first 12 hours. Shit. People will die within the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes of shit hitting the fan. Right? Even within the first hour, even couple hours. Why, you may ask? Well, because here's the thing. Panic will set in, right? There'll be the panic group that sets in. And then there'll be the people that start panic. And they'll say, we gotta go to the grocery stores and we gotta get as much food as possible. Because they don't know how to manage food. They don't know how to manage themselves, right? They don't know how to feed them properly managed food. So that's going to be their first instinct, is they're going to run to the grocery stores. Then other dumb people are going to be like, fuck, I need gas. And they're going to be like, I need to get as much gas as possible. So they're going to waste time, and they're going to be stuck at the gas stations. Okay? There's going to be a fight over that shit. Because here's the thing. When shit hits the fan, there will be no resupply to the grocery store. So for those of you who turn around and you rely on the grocery store and you're not self-sufficient, and you don't know how to grow food, and you don't know how to start a fire, you are completely fucked. You have now just become a slave to someone like me when the world becomes end. Okay? Because I'll put your ass to work. Because I'll know how to be self-sufficient and grow my own food and survive, and you won't know jack shit, and you'll have to rely on people like me. Society is going to break down soon, people. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but it's in the near future. Like in 2020, I predicted us to be here where we're at around this time, and I was saying that society is going to start to collapse around now, which it is, because crime's fucking through the roof, and homelessness is through the roof, right? I give it about 2 full years from now. 2 full years, completely. And society will be on the complete brinks of collapse. Those of you who don't know how to... Those of you in the next 2 years, for the next 2 years, I'd say this year and next summer, are your chances to prepare for survival. Quite honestly. That's what I fear. Okay? Something inside of me tells me that. I don't know exactly. I know I'm very, very deep in my faith, and I have God in my heart all the time, and I'm in constant prayers with God, and it's like every time I've had that feeling of things happening, like for instance, I tried to tell my ex that this stuff was happening, that this stuff was gonna happen in 2020, and she looked at me like I had 2 heads, like I was an alien. She looked at me like I made no sense. Right? But yet it happened. Right? She said, no, they're only gonna make us wear masks temporary. All this is temporary until they get control of the virus. I said, they're not gonna get control of the fucking virus. Are you kidding me? What kind of fucking delusional fucking Mickey Mouse operation are you running here in your mind? Like, you don't understand. They have control now of fucking people. This was a fucking experiment. And she's like, no, it's not. Like, they're not going to do that. I'm like, why do you think they just locked up the world? The world they just locked up the whole entire world, and everybody turned around and had to listen. And I was like, this is where it starts, right? I was like, it only goes shit from here. And I was like, soon they're going to make us wear the fucking masks. She's like, no, they won't. Okay, well, when they did, right, and they mandated it, right, Guess who I got on the phone and fucking texted right away and fucking blasted, right? And who wouldn't fucking have shit to say to me and had shit to say, nothing to say back, right? And completely ignored me. And all I had politely to say to her was, "See, I fucking told you so, didn't I? Look at what they just mandated, right?" And screenshot it and fucking sent her a fucking link, right? Forwarded a link and showed her, right? Of a news article, right? Of them mandating the fucking masks. I was like, there you go, right there. They weren't gonna mandate that shit, were they? No, not at all. Two years. I'm telling you guys, 2 years. That's all you have. That's it. Literally. We have this year and next year, till the end of next year, to prepare for society to be completely collapsed. And governments won't have any control of society. We'll be completely on our own. And you will have to fend for yourself. And those of you who know how to fend for yourself and know how to survive will survive. And those of you who don't, you'll end up turning slaves into people who know how to survive in order to survive. Or you'll die. Simple as that one. Okay? Harsh reality, right? It's the morning buzz with Bam, right? You never know what the topic is, right? But Bam's little, prediction on this one for this morning and for the near future is, 2 years, people. Yeah. I strongly suggest you get your shit in order in the next 2 years and be prepared, right? Because I'm going to call it maybe by next November, next December, shit'll hit the fan. Chaos will end up erupting in the streets. Life will be so unaffordable that the people will revolt. They won't know what else to do, right? Life will be so unsustainable for the average person that they'll snap. And that's literally what'll happen when people can't afford to eat and to live. They'll freak out. They'll snap. They have nothing to lose. They'll just fucking lose it. They'll go crazy. And if you guys don't think that'll happen, oh fucking guess what? Reality check. Hi. Right? This is reality. Okay? Gonna slap you in the face with reality here. Okay? Hi. Okay? It can and will happen. Alright? My suggestion. Invest in a tiny home. Okay? Get your ass a small piece of land. Get the fuck far away from people. Okay? And start homesteading. Right? Learn how to homestead now. Watch videos on it. Learn. Okay? And then go and implement that by the end of the summer. And start that shit. And then that way by next season, when you start next season, you'll already be prepared. And when shit collapses, they're all gonna tear each other apart and you'll be fine. You'll be able to survive. You'll know how to fish, you'll know how to hunt. The smart ones are already doing it in BC. Okay, people are already doing it. People are already leaving and they're going far into the woods. They're buying houseboats, they're going on the water. Okay? I'm one of those motherfuckers. I'm going on the fucking water. Okay? I'm going on the water and I'm going to find an island somewhere. Right? I'm going on the water and I'm going to find an island on a lake somewhere. Or on a river somewhere. Yep. Somewhere way up in the mountains, in the Rocky Mountains, where there's fresh water. Okay? There's clean drinking water. There's animals all around. There's fishing to do. Okay? Not to mention I can survive. There. Okay? It's got everything I need to, I know how to survive. And I know how to survive the climate. So. What's going on, Zimbabwe? Morning. Welcome to the channel, dude. Welcome to Reality Check. Yeah, Bam Bam's giving everybody a reality check. See, Bam's even getting a big enough vessel that I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna be growing vegetables on my vessel. I'm gonna be growing food on my fucking vessel already. When am I getting the PS5? I'm getting the PS5 when they drop that fucking PS5 Pro series. That's when. As soon as them motherfuckers decide to release that system. I'm waiting. Oh, I don't want the dinghy. Oh well, I already called it. But yeah, that's when I'm getting the PS5. And even when I have the PS5, I'll be broadcasting. See, the interesting thing is, this summer, I'm gonna be testing Elon Musk's Starlink, and seeing how Starlink is gonna be doing broadcasting in the middle of butt-fuck, and you got a pretty mouth, boy. Basically in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere, right? Because I want to see how how reliable satellite internet works, especially when you're remote and when you're off grid, right? And yes, BAM is, like I said, this summer is the summer, right? It's happening. Yeah, it's always been a lifelong dream of mine to go completely off grid, and like, and that means too, like, all my power resource system, all my vessel, solely relies on 2 sources of energy. Okay.
How is the weather up there, Captain?
Thank you, I appreciate you. Very nice. I hope you have a safe and blessed day. Thank you, sir. The vessel has 2 main sources of power, everybody. One, it can draw solar power. And in this province, we're very blessed that we get a hell of a lot of sunshine all the time. Our darkest days, we might get max 2 days at max of overcast, of cloudiness. Maybe 3. Like, I've been here a decade in this province, and the longest I've had, I think, was 3 days. I can't remember anything being longer than 3 days worth of cloudiness. Now my vessel can sustain. I can sustain everything. A full kitchen with a dish. My vessel has a dishwasher, full-size fridge, full range, fireplace, all the electronics, excuse me, all the good stuff from home that you have. Full bathroom, 2 bathrooms, 1 half bath, the other one's a full 4-piece bath, 3 bedrooms. Everything can be sustained on board for 7 days with fuel, right? That's with everything. That's with running, you know. That's moving and shit like that. Okay, you can sustain yourself for 7 days. Now, the solar system itself can sustain you for 4 days. All right. Once it's fully charged, the battery system can sustain you for 4 days. And let's face it, you're not going to spend, when you're on a vessel, you're not going to spend a lot of time watching electronics and doing that shit. No. You're going to be doing outdoor kind of stuff, right? Because believe me, I'm going to I'm gonna be charging up equipment that I'm investing in so that I can make fishing videos and show you guys, or I can take you guys out on an adventure and show you guys hiking in the Rocky Mountains and show you guys what the Rocky Mountains looks like, show you guys what the lakes, the crystal clear lakes look like here in Alberta, and how beautiful the landscape is here, and how interesting things are here. Right? We got exploring to do. Yeah, definitely. Like Bam's on exploring adventures starting this summer. Yeah. There are no more.
Need anything? Looking into it, Cap.
I mean, doing the video game thing is nice, and I'm still gonna do it, guys. But I'm exploring into different avenues and gonna expand and get bigger and better. Yeah. You're gonna explore different avenues, doing things differently. For instance, eventually there's gonna be rooftop karaoke on top of my fucking houseboat, and I'll do live performance of that one, singing, right, with the Rocky Mountains in the background. Like that's where I'm going. That's my lifestyle. You guys gotta have that plan. You guys gotta have a plan, man. I'm telling you guys something. I'm gonna give you guys some more advice, right? Stop buying shit you don't need. Okay? Stop buying a fucking t-shirt that's $80 because your fucking friend turns around and says it's cool. Okay? Stop buying the latest pair of shoes that cost $300 because everybody else is wearing them. Or because they think it's cool. Okay? That's great and all, but guess what? Motherfucker, that ain't getting you to fucking freedom. Okay? You're just becoming a slave to the fucking corporate greed. You understand? Let me tell you how. Okay? Let me break it down to you guys. See, the thing is, when they get you in society, buying all that name brand bullshit, okay? And that marketing scheme shit, they're making money. They're sucking your fucking money. Okay? Where do you think the CEOs and the fucking bigwigs of those fucking companies are going? What do you think they own? Wanna know what they own? They own yachts. They own super yachts. Okay? They don't own just a yacht. Okay? You think me owning a fucking houseboat sounds like a fucking fantasy idea, or like a nice idea, right? And a great, you know, exit plan to have. But these motherfuckers actually have super yachts. Like sustainable super yachts. They can disappear on those fucking yachts for years at a time and live there. Some of these yachts don't even have, some of these yachts can be on the water for years and they don't even have to fucking touch a dock. They can be refueled on the water. They can they could be maintained on the water. They don't have to literally come out or be major haul maintained for years at a time. They can be out on the fucking water. Yeah. And here's the thing. They're taking your fucking money. Right? They've got an exit plan for when shit hits the fan. They're already gearing up for it. They're laughing at all the fucking motherfuckers that turn around and are out in the shopping malls and buying shit that they don't need. They're like, oh, that's money. You're dollar signs to them, man. Seriously. They look at the stupid of society as dollar signs. Okay? And I know you guys didn't like that reality, hearing that one this morning, did you? But slap. Reality check, motherfucker. Bam Bam will hit you with reality. right? I'll give you the facts. And the facts are this. Bam don't buy shit he doesn't need. No. I don't buy even name brand shit. No. Why? Because I have a plan. Okay? And it's to survive. Okay? Now, I buy shit I need. Okay? And to survive. Alright? If I don't need it, I don't buy it. Okay? And just because somebody else has it, and it's nice and new and flashy and blah 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 blah, so what? Who gives a shit?
Okay, this should
Doesn't
be about
mean you
as
need
simple
it.
as it gets. The store knows you're en route. As soon as they confirm receipt of the parts, they'll release the funds. Standard disclaimers apply. In the event that you're intercepted, everyone you've ever known will deny all knowledge of your actions. I have a duty to warn you about the potential for bad actors to have tracked this shipment. Blah, 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 blah. You know the score.
Ooh, this one's far. Alright. Now. They know they got your money. They got your money, motherfuckers. I'm serious. They know this. The big corporations know it. They know you Gucci buyers and shit like that. You Coach purse buyers and shit. Right? They got you by the balls and by the snatch. Oh, fuck yeah, they do. You know what I mean? Well, you do know what I mean now. Do I need a video editor? Not yet, but I will keep you in mind when I start doing that. Because when I do start doing shorts, but then again, I have done a lot of my own stuff before. I just don't really make time for it or put the effort into doing it when I should. This fucking tank's gonna blow up my shit. Please don't blow up my truck. Thank you. Let me get back to what I was saying, guys. So, when they take your money and they have you by the balls like that, here's the thing, okay? Think about all the money you waste giving it to corporations and buying shit you don't need. Okay? Can you take a look at your closet right now and honestly say, those of you who shop, okay, let me be specific. Those of you who love to turn around and shop for clothes all the time, can you look in your closet and honestly say you've worn that a bunch of times? Or did you buy that one piece of clothing and only wear that like 1 or 2 times? Huh? And then think about how much money did you waste on that? Alright? Say for instance, okay, you were out with your friends at the mall, right? You bought an 80, for you women, okay? Because women are really bad for this. They are. They influence each other like crazy. They're so easily influenced, right? They will influence each other to buy shit with credit cards, and they don't know where the sky's the limits to them, but in reality there's a credit card limit, and then they don't realize it until they go and try to purchase something and they say, oh, I'm sorry, your credit card doesn't work. Yeah, girls will turn around and buy things like an $85 dress because their girlfriends think, oh, that looks good on you, that looks great, oh, let's wear that. And then they wear that one time. They go to a party, okay? They wear that one time. Alright? Now, I'm using $85 as an example here, okay? But just think, that's small, right? So you might be thinking, okay, so what? That's 85 bucks. No big deal. Alright. So, let's do math on that $85 though. Let's say there's 4 or 5 dresses in there that you haven't worn and that you bought, right? So, where'd all that money go? All that money is hanging in your closet, and you're definitely not getting that money back, right? You might get some of that money back from selling it, but you're not getting all of it back, right? You just wasted it. And the reality is you realize it when you do things like spring cleaning and fall cleaning, right? When you kick yourself in the ass and you have the deep realization, like, fuck, that's where my money went this year. And you look at and you can't stand it, right? So, I'm educating you guys. I'm letting you guys know. I stopped giving a shit about what people think about me a long time ago. Okay? I don't buy stupid shit. I don't buy shit I don't need, right? And I certainly don't buy expensive shit, right? You don't have to buy name brand shit. You can do your shopping, do your research, right? Shop around, and you can figure out. You compare products, do some comparisons. A lot of you turn around and run to a name brand just because of the name brand. You're too fucking programmed. Some of you are. You run to a name brand because you're fucking. That's what your friends do. That's what your friends buy. Right? Your coworkers buy that, so you're buying that. Your best friend has that, so you buy that one, right? Oh, I like that, so... Or, that person influenced me to buy that, so I'm gonna buy that too. Right? That person's doing it, so I might as well do it. That's the mindset. The moral is... all that wasteful spending adds up over the year. Now, just think in a week how much wasteful spending you do. Yeah, yourself. Like, I'm asking everybody to sit back and reflect. Okay? How much money do you spend on a daily basis on fast food if you're when you go to work and coffee, your morning coffee and stuff like that, fast food? For those of you who rush around, you don't want to prepare your own lunch, think about how much you waste in a day. Times that by 7. 7 days in a week. Okay? Then take that number, times that by 30. Or, sorry, take that number and times it by 4. And you're going to find that's how much you're spending every 30 days. Okay? Then, take that number, times that by 12. 12 months out of the year. That number will fucking piss you off. That'll be the number that changes your mindset. It won't be realizing how much you're spending on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. When you realize how much you're spending each year on shit you don't need and on fast food stuff and on garbage, you're gonna be like, I could own a house. I could have that money. I could be investing in a house. I could be investing in my own home. I could have this. I could have that. Your mind starts wandering. Your mind goes places. Okay? You start to realize, guess what? At the end of the day, okay, your friends aren't paying your bills. Okay? For that matter, when shit hits the fan, fans aren't gonna be there. Your friends aren't gonna be the ones to sit there and carry you. And like no one's gonna carry anybody when shit hits the fan. Everybody's gonna be on their own. It's gonna be fight or flight for everybody. It's gonna be survival of the fittest, right? Sure, yes, there is gonna be groups that team up, right, and get together. But I mean, the friends that you think who are influencing you now and who you're trying to impress, they're not gonna fucking care when shit hits the fan. No, when society collapses, which the start of the collapse of society has already begun. When it fully collapses, no one's gonna fucking carry you. And if you're not prepared, you're shit out of luck. That's fucking facts. Okay? If you don't have a survival pack, if you don't know what the fuck to do, if you don't know how to start a fire, if you don't know how to filter water, and fucking... You guys don't understand something, okay? Water and heat. 2 of the things you need for survival. Water being number 1. Without water, you don't survive. Okay? You need to know how to go to a source of water and filter that fucking water. Okay? A lot of you have that problem and need to figure that the fuck out and figure it out fast. Okay? I already figured that shit out. Right? See? I was smart. I put myself out far out west already. Into the fucking Rocky Mountains. Where I'm surrounded by fucking glacier mountain water. There's an unlimited supply of fresh drinking water, no matter what. Okay? So that automatically eliminates me having to... That eliminates most of my work for filtering of my water and worries for having to filter my water. Okay? The other thing is you need to surround yourself with wildlife. Okay? You need a source of food. Okay? You do. What do you think? Do you think when the collapse of society happens that a 7-Eleven's gonna pop up around the corner? Huh? Or a grocery store? Huh? You think Mini Mart's gonna just open? You know, when the breakdown of society gonna happen, Mini Mart gonna go open up, right? And the supply chain just gonna start running like it's running now. It's a shit show now. The supply chain's a fucking mess now as it is. Okay? It's about to get worse. Farmers protesting everywhere. Wake up, people. Okay? Now, I highly suggest that those of you who bury your ass on fucking TikTok, and Facebook, social media and shit, okay? Get your ass on YouTube. Learn how to homestead. Learn how to grow. Learn how to be self-sufficient. Shit, you better start educating yourself. Okay? This is the year. I'm telling you guys. Okay? This is my advice to you guys. I'm warning you. Right? It's no joke. It's no fucking joke. It's okay if you don't want to believe me. That's fine. I don't care. Right? That's on you. That's not on me. But I'm passing the message along. I'm giving you guys the warning. Right? Because I even warned my ex that they were going to try and force us and they were going to divide us. Especially with the vaccine. And she didn't believe that either. I proved her wrong. And it's not like I had to. Okay? It's just I had already proved her wrong before it even happened. That's the scary part. I already knew that it was going to happen. And I told her. And she didn't listen. And then it happened. And then she wouldn't even own up to the fact that she was in denial about it in the first place. You know? So, I'm letting you guys know. Those of us who know how to grow our own food, who know how to live off the land, we will survive. Because we're about to go back to those ages. It's happening. Whether you guys like it or not. Whether you guys want to accept that reality or not, it's coming. Okay? It's not gonna likely completely, like, Terminator style, right? But Black Lives Matter protests, there's your reality check. That's society collapsing. That's the breakdown. That's what'll happen. The looting will happen. Everything will happen. Fires will be set fire. Fucking chaos will be in the streets. Okay? No one will be safe anywhere. And then eventually, you gotta understand. People need water to drink. They need clean drinking water, for that matter. Okay. They need food. Okay. When the supply train is completely disrupted. Okay. And like everything comes in by train, the truck, the planes, when all that gets disrupted, People starve. Like, you're gonna go to the grocery store, and the grocery store shelves gonna be empty. You know why? Because the fucking truck isn't there. The truck couldn't get there because there's fucking protests. You know what I'm saying? You see where this is going? Or eventually, like the farmers are trying to warn us, life's gonna become so unsustainable they can't feed us. They can't farm their own farmland. Ho, red flag. Big time red flag. Hello, right? We all need to wake up. Okay? There's a serious fucking problem out there. Right? It's like, we can't ignore that one. No. Like, seriously. Like, no farmers, no food. Literally. Let that sink in. Because it's true. Okay? I'm telling you guys. If you don't know how to go and live off the land, right? Do yourself a favor and learn. Okay? Go find crown land. You can go stick your ass on crown land. Did you know that? Yeah. Government ain't gonna take that shit away from you. They certainly not gonna turn around and take it away from you when you turn around and find your ass a fucking island way in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and you're gonna sustain yourself. They don't give a shit. They're just not gonna supply you with fucking 911 services and running water and or power. They're gonna hook you up, but you're gonna pay that motherfuckers. Then you're gonna pay land tax, then you're gonna pay everything else. But shit, man, if you can find yourself a crown land way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere, and you can find yourself a little island and sustain yourself, do it. Right? Fucking do it. They won't come take it away from you. And they're certainly not going to tell you to move. No. And they're not going to tell you to leave. Okay? They're going to check on you. Yep. They're going to be like, you okay out here? You need anything? Right? And most times, because there's already people out in British Columbia, right? Off the coast of BC, where Vancouver is, the city, there's a bunch of tiny little islands, okay? And people with houseboats have already done and gone out and claimed most of them already. But it's the same thing. Right? They basically want to be left the fuck alone. They're self-sufficient people. They're good. They're cool. I've seen some videos of some people who live like off-grid, completely away from society. Because they are the ones that are turned around and educated, and they also know too that it's inevitable for society to break down, and when it does, it's going to be absolutely, completely chaos. And there's going to be killing in the streets, like everything. If you don't think that your neighbor of 10 years that you've known, like, let's say for instance, Bob, okay? You and Bob have been best friends for years. Okay? Bob's kids and your kids get along great, right? All of a sudden, the societal collapse happens, okay? And the world falls apart, okay? And all of a sudden, Bob needs to feed his family, okay? And all of a sudden, Bob discovers that you have food and his kids are starving, okay? Guess what? Bob's gonna make the very tough decision of dropping your ass 6 feet in the fucking ground so that his kids don't starve, okay? That's just how fucking society works. Okay? That's the mindset of human beings. Okay? Human beings will, in big cities and big populations, tear each other apart. Doesn't matter if they've known each other for years. It won't matter. It won't matter. They won't care. When a parent sees their child suffering, any parent in there, any normal, loving parent who cares about their children would do anything to stop their children from suffering. Anything at all, seriously. So if that means their child's starving, they're gonna turn around and they're gonna find any way means necessary to feed their child. And if that means taking someone's life, they'll do it. Okay? That's how savage we are as human beings. Okay? Don't you put it aside and think that we're not, because we are. Okay? The animals do it out in the fucking nature to do it for survival. We do it for survival too. We had to do it for survival at one point or another. Remember that. Yes, we're civilized now, but at one point we weren't. We tend to forget that. Right? We tend to forget how uncivilized we used to be. Okay? But civilization and society, as we knew it in 2019, is never coming back. Alright? And let's face facts, since 2019, it has been doing nothing but going down the fucking drain. And going downhill. Everything's gone to shit. Everything. We all know it. Can anybody honestly point out what's gotten better since the whole pandemic happened in 2020? Anybody? What's gotten better? What has gotten better? I want to know. I really want to know. Drop something in the comments. Right? Start the conversation. Tell me, what has gotten better since 2020? Because we can almost write a book at this point with the amount of shit that's gone wrong. Right? With the amount of what the fuck that we've questioned, right? We could all write a book with the what the fucks that we're asking right now in the world. Okay? With all the stuff we're questioning. Right? Seriously. Okay? You can't sit there and say that anything since 2020, like, I'm even thinking to myself, like, I paused for a second here trying to think to myself, has any positive change really happened since 2020? Like, has anything positive really come out of anything since 2020? No, people's lives got miserable. So many people's lives fell apart, and then from there, their lives even went crashing downhill even more, spiraling out of control, because there was no services to help them. Let alone, not even that, but there was nobody to help them. Period. There were so many of us that were just left on our own with only one option, that they knew, and they took their lives. Society already broke down and panicked once, and masked up and fucking hid inside. Okay? Don't think the fucking society ain't gonna turn around and fucking eat each other like a fucking bunch of cannibals. You can't, at this point, you can't even fucking have that not in the cards as consideration. At this point. What you need to do is focus. Focus on you. Focus on your family. Focus on how you're going to survive the next 2 years. Take a look at your habits, your lifestyle. Like I said, the things you waste money on, and cut back on that, and start taking that money and those funds and start investing into a plan and into a way to survive. Because ever since 2020, society's been collapsing more and more and more each year. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. Nobody's pointed out that it's better. I'm glad everybody's on the same page as me right now. Okay? Now, from 2020, things weren't that bad. Right? Remember? Because it was still a shock to everything, but, I mean, like, we were kind of like, oh, this is like, we're still living in our 2019 normal reality kind of thing, right? Hi, Riley. What's going on, dude? Nice to see you back. But now, people are looking at it going, Society's fucking scary, and it's collapsing, and it's falling apart. And this is some weird shit. Right? Right. So, what you want to do is you want to stop buying those name brand shoes, you want to stop buying the name brand clothing, okay? You're good, Riley, don't worry. I'm just in the middle of something here. Let me finish, please. I don't want to get sidetracked. You guys need to stop buying all that name brand shit, okay? And just buy no name brand clothing, the basic stuff you need, okay?
There's the boss.
Stop buying things because your friends do. Stop going out, okay? And spending money on fast food and giving it to corporations. Stop that shit right now, okay? And you start taking all that money and you start investing, making a plan, okay? And you start making a list of things you're gonna need to start your survival. The tools you'll need, okay? A couple of years worth supply of seeds. Get that, right? Start accumulating things that you're gonna need to survive, and then hightail it the fuck out of here. Next summer, by the end of next summer, hightail it the fuck away from society, as far away as possible. Actually get away before then, but I'd say your last closing doors is gonna be September of next year. End of September of next year is when the election likely will happen here in Canada, if not earlier. And I can presume that, like, literally the world, because there's a ripple effect. Okay, you guys don't understand. Honestly, there is. Okay, think about this. Okay, they don't tell us this. They don't educate us about this, but I will. Okay. The war in the Middle East and all that stuff and all the farmers and protests, okay, they're not doing their farming and stuff like that. So that will have an effect for later on in the summertime for when we go to the grocery store. Not now. Not 2 months from now. Not 3 months from now. Okay? 6 months from now when you go to the grocery store. 8 months from now when you go to the grocery store, when it fucking matters the most. And especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, fucking grocery prices are gonna be through the fucking roof, man. You think it's bad now? Well, fuck. You ain't seen nothing yet. Serious. Because there's no food being grown. There's fucking food being stuck here, stuck there. Fucking the war in Ukraine. Fucking Ukraine turns around, does most of the grains for the fucking most of the planet. Right? They can't fucking get grains in and out of their fucking area. Shipments, food shipments, the food chain, the food network of the whole world has been disrupted. Okay? Now, analysts like myself are quickly looking at the situation because to us, the alarms have gone off now. When the farmers protested, the alarms went off. Big time for me. Okay? That's when I started analyzing the world situation completely. And I started coming to the conclusion that we got about 2 years. Okay? I didn't immediately come to that conclusion, okay? It actually took me up until about yesterday. Okay, since the farmers started protesting till about yesterday. And with looking at everything that's going on in the world right now, if it keeps going the way it's going, full-scale collapse will happen within 2 years. From now. Less than 2 years from now. And the ripple effect is that all this protest right now, these farmers, this is going to have a ripple effect for the next year and a half on food prices, no matter what. Because I have to play catch up. So there's going to be a food shortage soon. Okay? For people. So unless you know how to grow your own food indoors, or you're starting to grow your own food indoors, you better start now. Okay? Because 6 months from now, 8 months from now, it's going to get food's gonna be hard to come by. Like, produce is it's the ripple effect. It'll take them time to resupply the food supply chain and to play catch up. And it likely, at this point, I don't know if we ever can play catch up anymore now, because the damage is done. See, with the Freedom Convoy, it was easy. You could still have the supply chain going. You still had truckers out there to move things from back and forth, and you still made sure the grocery stores got. We were human beings. We wanted to make sure that people were fed, right? But now that you got the farmers stopping, no more farming, man, it's only a matter of time before that supply reaches the grocery stores, because we as the people, a lot of us, are very wasteful with food. And we buy up food that we don't even need, and we're bad for it, right? I'm not pointing fingers, but I'm just saying, us as human beings, we're bad for it. We all know it. We do end up wasting a lot of food. Now, what happens when those people want all that food that they normally waste? Yeah. Fighting and chaos gonna happen at the grocery stores, because panic gonna set in, because where's the fucking truck? And the truck's going to show up, but it doesn't have certain produces. Why? Because these protests are happening right now, and guess what? They ran out of tomatoes, so you have to wait 2 or 3 more months for tomatoes. Let's just say, I'm just using tomatoes as an example, and we're in August from now. From now, we're already in August. Let's say, okay. Let's jump into the future here. So, okay, well so now all of a sudden your country doesn't have proper supply of tomatoes, or let's say a certain produce, or even a certain item that used to come in. Why? Because the food chain's been affected. The food chain has been directly affected. Everything starts from the farm. Everything's grown from the ground. You guys don't realize that now? By now you have to, because if you don't, then there's no hope for you if you don't realize it by now. Like, every single thing we use, everything came from the ground. Everything. Right? We live off the land. Okay? The civilized concrete jungle we live in is called relying on somebody else. Okay? That's facts. Right? I'm gonna be sustainable on my own. Okay? They don't want you to be like that. The system wants you to rely on them, so the system can control you, so they can take your fucking money. Okay? I told you, when you come out of the Matrix, you'll understand life a lot better. Okay, now, like I said, how they get your money? Well, look at the things behind me in GTA right now. Things like buying a name brand TV, right? Or buying a name brand pair of shoes that say Nike and paying $180 for them, when you could buy the exact same quality of shoe with no fucking name on it, probably in a color that you like as well, for, I'm gonna say, you'd be surprised. You'd be able to compare something, and I learned this way back, right? When I learned this, I started comparing everything. But I compared something. I compared the quality of a shoe, and they wanted $180 for that quality of shoe. And then I found the same quality of shoe, like the same quality, like everything was the same, just no name brand, right? And the shoe was $30. The pair of shoes were $30. Can you believe that shit? I'm not even kidding you. When you guys understand corporate greed and you guys understand the Matrix, like, they fucking everything. They fuck us on everything. They do. When you buy something and you think you bought the newest pair of Nike shoes, no, no, no. Nike just fucked you and fucked you good. Nike laughing at you. You just gave Nike $150. Okay? Because Nike maybe spent $10 to make those shoes. Okay? Maybe $5 to market them. Okay? So in turn, it maybe costed Nike $15 to make that pair of shoes. Just for instance, for argument's sake, just to give you guys a breakdown and example, and they sell it for $180. Okay? They're profiting all that money. Right off your back. Okay? They're profiting way more than the 100%. And they're laughing to the bank. And that's called corporate greed. And they got you by the balls and the snatch. Right? That's what I mean. And they got you in the matrix. And they got you programmed. And they got you thinking that you got to go to the mall, getting the next best thing. You got to get the next best phone, shit like that. What you got to do is you got to start educating yourself. Look at that. These motherfuckers are turning around trying to program you with a fucking cell phone so you're stupid. Okay? They don't want you going out there and learning anything to do out there in nature. How to start a fire. How to grow things. These are fundamental basic skills that should be taught in school. They're not even taught in school anymore. Right? I know I'm right on that. Like, when I say right, yes, it's already right. Okay? Because it's facts. No, they don't even teach camping skills. Not even close to anything to do with camping skills in school nowadays. Right? That should be a basic instinct. Right off the bat. Kids should learn right off the bat at a very young age how to survive, how to fish, how to set a fire, right? Because there's kids out there that can survive. There's 5 and 6-year-olds out there that can survive better than some of you adults when the world goes to shit. Not even joking you. Right? And then there's children out there that are just completely tablet dumb. Right? Yep. You got the tablet babies, right? And then you got the educated motherfuckers. Yep. You know what, actually? Now that I think about it, I just had an epiphany. You know? Now I know what to call this generation coming up. Tablet generation. Yep. It's tablet generation. It definitely is. It's nothing but screens, right? Put a screen in front of their face, right? They're occupied. Take the screen away, they freak out, right? It's like, for example, it'd be like giving us highly addictive crackhead crack in front of their face and then closing your fist and taking it away from them, and they'd freak out and they'd fucking lose it because in their mind they're thinking they get that rock of crack, they're gonna smoke that, right? Same thing with kids and tablets nowadays, right? They see the tablet, they're like, oh, that's mine, right? I get to watch the tablet, gimme, and they get it and they're watching it and they're addicted and they're stuck, okay? And they're fucking hooked. Take that tablet away, oh fuck. I've seen some fucking temper tantrums online of kids and what happens. Some of you parents are in deep shit. Oh fuck yeah, some of you are fucked. Some of you parents have children that need fucking therapy big time. And you guys are about to realize it, and you guys know it, and you guys are in deep shit. You guys are treading in waters that you don't know how to fucking manage. Yep. Because you know that the second you turn around and take that tablet away, some of you parents are stuck with children that'll turn around and start breaking shit around the house. And they'll fucking cause self-harm to themselves and all kinds of crazy behavior. Yeah. And think about it. That's just from technology. Okay? That's what happens when you take the tablet or the cell phone away from the kids nowadays. Now think about that. Okay? Now, when the breakdown of society happens and you can't entertain those fucking people anymore with screens and shit like that, and they don't know what to do, all those people are gonna freak out too. Those people are gonna snap because they won't know what to do. Those people grew up watching a fucking screen. All of a sudden the screen's off, and they don't know how to start a fire. They don't even know what the fucking woods are. They don't even know anything about animals, and they're lost. They're a deer in headlights. Yeah. But no, I've seen some very scary videos online, and that's alarming. Like that's terrifying to see that children are acting like that. Like I seen this one video. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not pointing out anybody online or anything, okay? Because I'm not gonna mention anybody. I don't want to. I don't want to be tied to that shit. But this child was thrown like this. The mom had taken the tablet away, okay? Because the child had refused to clean their room and take a shower.
How you doing?
Like the child refused to get in the shower and clean themselves and change their clothes. So finally the parent had enough. And the mom took the tablet. Now, there was another, the other parent, the father, was recording the behavior of his son, and eventually was able to control him and calmed him down. But did the video for us, like, and obviously did the financial hit as well, but did it as a financial example, or as an example for all of us, that it's a wake-up call, right? The kid freaked out. The kid fucking started yelling threats at his mom, threatening to kill her, threatening to set the house on fire, fucking grabbed anything around this kid, around him, started whipping it at the walls, broke the fucking living room TV, said that he was gonna smash everything and kill everybody, set the house on fire, give me back my fucking tablet, everything. Looked, it was like a demon came alive into this child. I'm telling you. We've all seen The Exorcist, right? Okay. It was like a living demon fucking fired up inside this child. Okay. All because the tablet got taken away. Seriously. And as soon as the fucking tablet was given back to this fucking individual, they calmed down like a fucking smiling psychopath, like nothing happened. And like went back to normal and went back to being on the couch. As if they didn't cause shit, as if they didn't just, you know, have a little freak out episode, right? Where now they should be medicated, right? Let's face it. After that, yep. No, they just turn around and no responsibility, no sense in their brain of what happened. Like no responsibility, no. It's almost like the kid like went back to
You need something,
as if it
When you
didn't
ride?
happen. And
Let me know.
as someone who analyzes things, I look at that and I'm like, that is terrifying. That's terrifying behavior. Okay? Children shouldn't have that kind of behavior like
It's
that.
coming at you.
And then there's some parents out there that are stuck with that child, right? And that's their reality. They can't do anything because their child will turn around and have freak out fits. Same thing with public, right? And the reason why we have that kind of society is because, look, society went woke, went weak, okay? And they turned around and they digitalized everything, right? And instead of educating, instead of turning around and us as parents trying to advocate to change the system, we're sitting here trying to there's too much bullshit about advocating for climate change when you should be advocating for fucking change to be happening in the schools and electronics and shit like that to not be introduced to our fucking kids' faces and shit like that. And we should be teaching them how to survive. The basic skills of survival. Okay? How to start a fire. How to build shelter. How to fish. How to hunt. Right? Just simple stuff like that. Okay? You shouldn't be trying to push some kind of ideology into fucking children. Okay? What good is that gonna do when society collapses, huh? Oh. What? Like, seriously, what good is that gonna do? When they're freezing cold and they're hungry, is is their ideology gonna fucking keep them from dying? Absolutely not. Where the fuck am I going here? I gotta go to the salvage yard. It won't. No. Being self-sufficient, being able to live off the land will keep you alive, though. Right? And being able to start a fire will. It'll keep you warm. Right? Because let's face it, when it gets cold, you're gonna need some kind of heat source. Right? Like, no fucking ideology is gonna keep you warm. Okay? Is ideology gonna feed you and keep you warm? Huh? When society collapses? I'm just curious about that shit. I mean, maybe we can ask those lefties and those fucking climate change ideologists that shit. Huh? Are your batteries gonna keep you warm in -60? Huh? Tell me that. Huh? Because I'll prove them facts. I'll give them the science. Okay? It doesn't fucking work. Okay? Doesn't. Period. No. So, what we should be advocating is for change in the schools, so we can teach each other how to be better survivalists. You see people complaining about their grass and watering their grass in front of their house. Guess what? What if in front of that house there was a garden instead? Instead of fucking grass. Instead of people bitching and complaining about their fucking grass. About cutting their grass and shit like that. What if they were growing a garden in front of there instead, right? See, if we were all more efficient and stuff like that, we definitely wouldn't have we wouldn't have a food crisis. Okay? Because I'll give you an example here. Okay? See, when we as the community grow things together, see, we as human beings, we're unique. So nobody's exactly the same, and nobody has the same ideas. So I'm just throwing names out there for an example. So let's say, you know, Misty here loves carrots. So Misty wants to grow carrots. So that's her passion. So Misty grows carrots. Misty grows enough carrots to feed the community. Joe, down the street, has a passion for tomatoes, right? And makes his own tomato sauce, right? Guess what? She doesn't have tomatoes. But, as currency, Misty will trade Joe some of her carrots for some of Joe's tomatoes. Okay? They feed each other. You see where this is going? You see how that works? Right? We don't need to be relying on corporations and stuff like that. No. We need to learn how to be self-sufficient and be reliant on each other. Okay? Because maybe even, let's say, Mark down the street, right, does potatoes, has potato fields, something like that, down the road. And he trades that with Misty for carrots. And Misty trades carrots for potatoes. Okay? They feed off each other. And in turn, the community feeds each other. And then everybody, when they get together, right, and they ask each other what they need, or they come together to help each other to grow as a community, to better themselves as a community, so they can achieve more, you end up coming together and finding out who does what and what does what, and you have your own food network supply chain. And you also have, just like if we go back to history, you also had your group in the community that were armed and went out and did the hunting for the community. Okay? And brought back the meat. Okay? And shared that with the community. And those warriors got turned around, they got treated like warriors, and they got treated like kings in the community, and the community respected them, because they feed the community. Right? And the people looked after each other. Okay? The people don't look after each other no more, because of all these government policies and bullshit and regulations and this tax and everything that's dividing people. Right? If we went back to basics, okay, we'd be better society, better communities. Okay? You wonder why there's little communities out in the middle of buttfuck Idaho or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's because they don't want nothing to do with this bullshit. Right? They've figured it out and they're already doing their own thing. And they look after each other. Okay? Same kind of thing I'm doing. Right? I'm going into a very small community of very select individuals who are very private, who look after one another, who are self-sufficient, live off the land. And hell, I won't have to go to a grocery store maybe once or twice a year to get some rice. Or a couple items that I may not have on the land that are maybe broke down or some shit like that. There'll be at least time where I come to society at least 2 or 3 times a year for supplies, for some supplies, if needed, if I need any supplies. But other than that, nope. I'll be out in my community. I'll have my dogs. I'll be good. I don't have no worries. Well, I'll be sitting back watching society break down, and I'll be making videos on YouTube until YouTube eventually stops working or the internet stops working. That will eventually happen when society breaks down. Yeah. Can you imagine what people are going to do when they don't have any communication device? Yeah. Like, seriously, what do you think people are going to do when they, like, most of society doesn't know what to do as soon as this little device turns off. Yeah. As soon as this little device turns off, panic sets in, shit hits the fan. Think about that. Have you guys all not realized that yet? Does that not scare you? Huh? Who gives a shit about fucking World War III, okay? Alright? Who gives a shit about what's happening on the other side of the world right now? Alright? You listen to me and you listen good. You need to worry about what the fuck happens when that little device turns off. Yeah. When there's no service to this little device, all hell breaks loose. Literally. Everything shit hits the fan. People going fucking insane. Everything is gonna become a fucking open playground. Yep. It'll be survival of the fittest right off the bat. As soon as those devices turn off. Because that'll be complete chaos. There'll be no 911 service, there'll be no fuck all. There'll be no communication between any of us whatsoever. So those of you who don't have plans, right, who don't know where your children are when they're across town, or when you're at work and you don't know where your family is and you don't have a family plan for when this shit happens, for when the devices go black, you need to have a plan. You need to start thinking about shit. Okay? You do. Like, I already have a plan. I've been educating myself. What do you guys think I fucking do every single day that I'm not on the fucking... Oh, I'm not on this one. I'm listening to my friends online that are educating me about the politics, about the collapse of society. And then I'm also turning around and educating myself with learning how to do things self-sufficiently and live off the land. and how to build things off the land, and how to be self-sufficient uniquely with things from the land, so that I don't have to come and back to society, or the breakdown of society, right? Because maybe, and I'm only saying this maybe, but when the cell phone service goes down, when that 5G service drops, we might have RF system, okay? We might have radio antenna. We might have radio waves. We maybe. I would still encourage anybody to get yourself a radio, okay, a communication radio, one that you program. All right. I'm not going to name off any specific brands, because you can get your own simple brands right off Amazon for less than $100. They come out with, those are the type of radios you're going to need when the blackout when shit hits the fan. And you're also going to need a bug out bag. Okay? Get one for each member of your family. A bug out bag will usually run you between $60 and $80, but it'll save your fucking life. Okay? It'll keep you alive. It's got equipment, it's got everything you need to survive for almost a week, including some food rations. Okay? So
All right, bring the car in. We'll salvage the parts and get paid in no time.
it has a proper bug out bag will have enough for you to get far away from society and be able to sustain yourself until you find some help, until you can find some other human beings that are just like you, who have gotten away, until you can find a community that's sustainable or whatever. Okay? Now, the other thing I can tell you is you want hiking boots. Get yourself a pair of hiking boots if you don't own a pair, because you're going to need them. You're going to need a pair of boots. You're going to need something that's ankle high to keep your ankles safe, because you're going to be moving around a lot, right? Because you got to remember, when these little devices stop working and they shut off, there's going to be people out there that can't handle that, and they're going to freak the fuck out. They're going to, like, if you think anybody's going to start following the rules anymore, no, the rules will be out the fucking window within 5 seconds. Okay? That's a fact. Once people realize all around the planet that these motherfucking devices don't work no more, chaos sets in. It's not even around the world. Even if it was to drop in a certain country and just not work no more, right? It stops working completely. Right? Like, let's say, for instance, country X decides that country C they decide, well, we've got the power to turn around and we'll just shut off their electronic devices. We'll EMP pulse that fucking country until they do it. And they absolutely do it. And nowadays, you can't put it past anybody that they wouldn't do it. You can't say it wouldn't happen nowadays, because everything and anything is now happening nowadays. All cards are on the table now. Okay? So, you gotta think. They can do that. And then, because they know, because your enemy would know that the ripple effect from that would be easy. It's not only like, can it happen? It's when is it gonna happen? Because they test nukes, they test missiles for a reason. It's just to say I got big balls too, okay? It's a who's got the bigger dick contest kind of thing. Now, listen, when countries want to go to war with each other and when they want shit to go down, okay, they know for a fact that they can't always bomb each other and shit like that without being detected, right? From drones and all kinds of satellites and shit like that. So what do? Okay? They think outside the box, right? Now, what's the next best step? Well, biological warfare. Okay? Serious. It's called poison your enemy. Okay? And then, when that doesn't work, okay, they look at another thing. They look at all options that are on the table, right? They get their experts and analysts to sit there and go, they get somebody like an analyst, a person who analyzes things like myself, okay? Not saying I would, but I'm just saying somebody who sits there and analyzes things like me, they would sit there and ask somebody like me, they'd say, how would be the best way now, if this isn't working, how would be the best way to get to our enemies? And at that point I'd be like, EMP pulse. And then when they'd ask why, I'd say, well, because when the electronic devices go completely off, they'll go crazy. They'll tear each other apart. And they will. And that's the thing. And then that means that would weaken a country. And then that means that the country would then be able to go in with their soldiers, tanks, and all kinds of equipment and be easily able to take over their enemy. All because they shut down an electronic device. If you don't think that some super smart motherfucker who works in the Department of Defense for other countries have already thought about this shit, well, okay, they have. They've been talking about it probably for some time. If I'm talking about it, they're definitely talking about it, okay? Let's be real here. But a lot of us are, I want to say, tricked away from reality. Because
all right, bring the car in. We'll salvage the parts and get paid in no time.
a lot of us just too trapped in social media to even begin to realize what's happening. Like literally. Some of you are too programmed that you gotta be on TikTok at a certain time. You gotta check your Twitter. You gotta check, or X, whatever you're calling it now. I don't give a fuck what it is, but I'm gonna have no part of it, okay? Facebook, yada yada yada, right? That's what you guys do. You guys are too lost in that, and TikTok and whatever else, and what Instagram, right? That you're not really focused on the big picture. And that's the whole point. They wanted it to be like that. Okay? When you come out of the Matrix, you'll realize that. Okay? And when I say the Matrix, I'm not talking like, don't imagine like the Matrix is like the movie and you're in some kind of a box. No. Okay? Your mind is in the Matrix. It's in that Matrix of being programmed. Okay? You just need to step away from the Matrix. Step away from their programming and look outside the box. Okay? Take a look at the box from the outside instead of from the inside. Take a look at the big picture and take a look and ask yourself, is there an agenda behind this one? Because there's got to be a bigger picture behind this shit. Because why? You got to start asking the why. Why are they doing this? Why are they asking us to do this? And why are they making it like this? And it's when you seek those answers and you find out those answers, you're going to be like, wow, okay, now I see. And then you're going to start to wake up. Then you're going to be like, okay, this ain't right. Now you know why the Freedom Convoy happened. Now you know why the farmers are protesting. Because these woke policies are gonna damage us completely. They're gonna cripple us. It's gonna decimate society, period. Literally, it'll change everything. This whole climate change thing, they're doing it so that they can buy up all the land from the farmers around the fucking planet, because they know that, because all the farmers already ran the science for them and already gave them, ran this shit back for them and said that this plan of yours is not sustainable. It doesn't work. You don't farm and you're not farmers, so you shouldn't be making up what policies there are for farmers. Right? They plan on completely disrupting the food supply chain so that they have complete control over it. Because they're already building buildings of indoor farms and farming shit indoors. You haven't noticed that in your vegetables lately? Didn't I tell you guys that in one of my other streams? I did. Right? Earlier this summer, I always make a trip to the farmer's market. Okay? Now, when I went to the farmer's market, I love getting my vegetables and fruits there, okay? When I'm there. But what I also did was I got some fruits and I got some vegetables from a grocery store and compared the two. Excuse me. The scary part was the tomatoes. The tomato from the grocery store had like this plastic coating on it. Okay? Like a shiny coating. Whereas the tomato from the farm, it's just red. It's just authentic. I mean, it looked fresh. It looked real. And then you look at the other one and I swear to God, it almost looks like a plastic fucking piece of fruit. It almost looks like a piece of plastic, almost. So you can tell what's indoor grown and what's outdoor grown from farmers. And if you guys haven't done that comparison, I highly suggest you take a random, tomatoes would be a really good example. Take a tomato from, let's say, a Walmart or even a big chain grocery store, and then compare that to a tomato from a farmer's market, and you're going to see the difference. And then if you don't even believe the difference from your eyes, from what your eyes see, start cutting into each of them with a knife, and then take a look at it and peel it. Start peeling the outer layer out, and you'll notice something. There's not a peel layer to a fucking farmer's tomato as there is to the one from the grocery store. Sickening, right? Scary facts. Yes. You know that little sticker that's on your fruits and vegetables, right, at the grocery store, and it has like those 4 numbers on it, right? Those little big numbers on it. Check it. It'll tell you where your fruit came from. Google that number. Okay? And it'll tell you where those bananas originated from, where those oranges came and were shipped from, and stuff like that. A lot of us don't look into details and stuff like that, but I'm telling you guys, like, it's coming. The more I can educate you guys, the better. The better chance of survival we'll have. But their agenda, that's why the farmers are taking the stand. Because their agenda is very scary. Their agenda aims to starve us. Okay? That economic forum, or whatever the fuck they call themselves, okay? The World Economic Forum, when they had that fucking meeting not too long ago, that's the plan. That's the climate change plan, people. That's why the farmers went apeshit and said, no, absolutely not. That makes no sense. And rightfully so. You know? I support them 100%. Because they're gonna make it. We stood up at the Freedom Convoy for this. Okay? And I'm telling you guys what they're going to try to do. We've gotten some dirty details and some sickening details about their plan. And I'm not going to go into all of the details, but I can tell you something. One of their plans is to make it so that it's so unsustainably affordable for the farmers that the farmers will have no choice but to go bankrupt, and then they'll be able to buy up the land and take control from the farmers, and they'll be able to do farming and controlling of the food and produce all in all, and then they'll have complete control over us. And I'm not kidding you. And then they won't feed, you won't be able to buy food, you won't be able to do anything unless you follow their rules and you follow their regulations. And if you go outside of their rules and regulations, you're not going to be able to eat, you're not going to be able to heat yourself, you're not going to be able to buy food, you're not going to be able to buy your necessities, because everything will be digitalized as well. Because, printing money and making money is a carbon footprint as well. Everything's going to... No bullshit. They're going to try and digitalize that shit, okay? There's some scary facts here, people. Alright? Now, if we let them take away our cash and our money, think about all the freedoms you lose. Okay? You lose your freedom to private sales, to freedom of buying things privately without anybody's knowledge. Okay? You instantly lose the ability to be able to sell something that you no longer need, right? Or because not everybody wants to trade. Okay, people want money, right? Not everybody will sit there and be like, yeah, okay, I'll trade you, you know, your snowblower for your four-wheeler. No, it doesn't work like that. Like Joe gonna want $4,400 for his four-wheeler, right? Versus the $1,500 for the snowblower. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but people won't always want to trade. And once the more people wake up and realize now, they're about to, and people are going to freak out. Once people realize that they're wanting to try and take away our money, next, oh man, no one's going to like that. Okay? Nobody. Hell, I ain't standing for that shit. Alright? No way, man. That's called control. Okay? It's out of hand. Everything's out of hand. And I'm telling you guys, if it keeps up the way it keeps up, all you gotta do is have a plan. Okay? Don't stay focused on the negative shit. Learn the basic survival skills. Learn how to start a fire, learn how to build a shelter, and learn how to be out there in the woods. If you have to. Just learn. And have yourself a survival kit. Right? AKA a bug out bag. Okay? With all the supplies you would need to keep your ass alive for the short amount of time it would take, or the time it would take for you to hopefully find civilization, some sort of civilization, or other human beings for that matter. But you're definitely going to want to get the fuck away from society and have a plan. And by the way, have some kind of backup communication. My suggestion to families and to even those of you who live with roommates, okay, have some kind of communication now and knowledge of where that other person is. Alright? Have a system. Okay? Have a communication with that person. Okay? Check in with that person. Okay? Especially nowadays. Especially with the way things are going now. Okay? It helps to know where that person is going to be going that day. So that you know where they are, so that if something happens, you know how to reach them. Okay? Have a line of communication where you will check in with that person. Also, have a backup plan in case something happens with these things that we call phones and tablets. Okay? Have a backup plan in case that shit goes down. Like, have a meeting point. Like, okay, if this happens, okay, we are going to this spot, this point, meeting up here, and then we're going somewhere else, right? And you're to wait for me there for X amount of time. Okay? Have a plan. Check in with each other always. Okay? And then have a way to implement the plan. Know your escape route to get away. Okay? When shit hits the fan in the major cities, the last place you're going to want to be on are the major roads. Okay? Know a route from your residence to a safe location outside of your city or town or whatever. Wherever, if you're in a high density populated area, have an escape route outside of that area to get out, because it will turn into a chaos cesspool. It will. Cities in high densely populated areas will turn into an absolute war zone and scary place. So you need to know how to get to the safe place, how to leave the city, or most of it's going to be cities. That I'm trying to give people information for cities and stuff like that. You're going to want to know two ways. All right, pick a destination, okay, that is outside of your city, that is either north or somewhere safe, okay? If it's north or south, go either or, okay? Now, make sure that you have two ways to leave your area. You have a plan A. Exactly. McGange's right. You have 2 hours or less to get out of the city if something goes down, or you won't get out. That's true. Thank you for pointing that out. I was almost about to I was almost about to get to that. Okay? That's why I was explaining you need to have two plans, okay? You need to have two plans on how to get out of here. Okay? On how to, if you're in a city, you gotta have two plans. You gotta be like, okay, I have to have two routes. Okay? If route A is fucked, okay, I have to be able to go on route B. Okay? Because chances are route B won't be fucked. But you can't just bank everything on one way of getting out of your situation, because that one way might end up turning around being a fucking nightmare, and it might being the most dangerous fucking path to take, right? Because you know what? Newsflash, I'm not the only one with common sense, okay? You are going to be having to survive with other people like myself who are escaping any kind of situation like that, and already know how to get out of that situation and survive, right? And you never know what kind of mental stability when you come across that person is, right? So everything is going to be taking chances, but McGanja or McGanja, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please correct me. Sorry. But is right. If you live in a city, and when these fucking devices stop working, you have 2 hours to get the fuck out. And that's when you're going to want to have, and my next thing I want to tell you guys is that's when you want to have a regular time watch. Just a regular hand that has numbers on it. Just the regular tick, 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 and you see the little hands going around, right? Have one of those. Okay? And you might say, why? Well, you know, time's not going to matter when shit hits the fan. No, but you will have this in your mindset. You'll be able to look at that watch that you're wearing. You'll be able to look at that and know your time, how much time you have. And you'll be able to gauge time. Okay? You'll be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Because you'll know the more and more time that goes by, okay, the longer these devices stay off, the more and more people freak out. the more intense the situation will get. Okay? It's facts, people. Okay? Straight up facts. Now, if you need an example, and if you don't believe me, I encourage you guys to please check out YouTube and you know, or Google what happens when you take a tablet away from child, or freak out child, or anything along those lines, like child freaking out when tablet taken away. Okay, so there's adults out there that can't even hold their own composure when their device stops working, and for that matter, even when they break their device or accidentally drop their device in the toilet, right, or the sink. That's when you know you have an addiction problem. Okay, that's when you should be sitting there going, I'm addicted. I got a problem. I need to stop my screen time. I need to set this motherfucker down. Does it happen? No. Absolutely not. But just think about that. Just think about how scary those videos look. Look, you think it looks hilarious, but think about the mindset, the switch that goes off in the human being when that device is off or is broken, or all of a sudden they realize that it's not going to work anymore. Right? The temper tantrum fucking flares up. Holy shit. All of a sudden, that human being that used to be a really great person that you always seen, right? That you have the painted picture of seeing, okay? Now all of a sudden, that demon inside them is just fucking came alive, right? And they'll lose it. So, when all our little devices stop working,
Anything to keep you productive, boss.
just think about that. Think about the crazy people that won't know what to do, and they're going to be dumb looking at their devices going, why won't it turn on? Why won't it turn on? They're going to be freaking out. And you know how groups of people act. Groups of people are going to be at the mall freaking out, and then they're going to come up with conspiracy theories, and then they're going to have freakouts, and panic sets in. And you people that are in high public areas, you're pretty much as good as dead. Because, say for instance, you're in a mall filled with 1,000 people. Let's just throw a number out there, okay? You're in a great big mall filled with, actually, let's make it more. Let's put in there, you're in a mall with a few thousand people, 3,000-4,000 people, okay? It's a busy weekend, okay? Now, all of a sudden, all the devices in your country stopped working. They just went off. They shut. No more. All retail, everything, the internet's down completely. No, nothing works anymore. There's no service for anything. No phones are working, period. Nothing. Not even a landline. Okay? Panic will set in. The chances of you getting trampled in a high public area like that go through the roof. Okay? Your chances of survival of coming out of a place like that just went out the window. You need to get out fast. And people's mindset will think that way too, and then you're going to have thousands of people trying to go for the exits all at once. And then they're going to trample each other. And people are going to get hurt. And then guess what? There's going to end up being people that get seriously hurt, and then someone's going to be like, call 911, and then they're going to be like, 911 don't work. You can't call 911. And people are going to start dying. Right there in front of other people. Right there in public too. And reality is going to fucking scare the shit out of people. And then guess what? That's called trauma. Then people are going to get traumatized. Then trauma sets in, and then fear and anxiety. And then fucking chaos. Explodes. Just explodes. And if you think for a second, after shit goes down, that if things are going to come back, right, into come some kind of a civilized order within a matter of hours or even days? No, absolutely not. It would take, even if this shit goes down for an hour, it would take them longer than a week to be able to recover from the fucking chaos and to be able to restore fucking some sort of order. Because things would be out of fucking hand, man. Just imagine. Just imagine. Like, the internet system goes down and the cell phone service system goes down. Like there's no communications whatsoever. The criminals out there are gonna go on a crime spree. Okay? What happened when all the riots happened? In the George Floyd riots? Right? All the rioting and looting. Remember that? Huh? Think about that shit that'll go down. Okay? So McGanja is correct. Because, see, the thing is, human beings, we realize things. Okay? So, people are going to take advantage of the situation. They're going to quickly realize the situation, the advantage that they have of the situation, is what I'm saying. Okay? Unfortunately, not everybody has a good mindset and a good heart, and has their mind in a good moral place to look out for the other human beings and the good, I don't know, just goodness just in general, right? Morals and values. Unfortunately, there's others out there with no morals and values, and they're just broken, okay? And when the breakdown happens like that, when these devices go off, those individuals are going to capitalize on their situation. They're going to realize that we can now go steal from anybody because no one's coming to stop us. Okay? Okay. So when those people turn around and realize that they can go ahead and do whatever the fuck they want, well, they have enemies and they have things on their agenda and they want to do, right? And they're just going to go fucking wild like a bunch of animals. They will. They're already going wild. Crime is through the fucking roof right now. In both countries. In my country and in your country. Right? Actually, for that matter, even in Europe. Actually, I stand corrected now. I'm pretty sure crime rate has gone through the fucking roof in everybody's country. At this point. I don't think there's a country out there can really sit there and can honestly, their citizens can sit there and say, I fucking feel safe in my country right now. No. Absolutely not. Who? I invite somebody to, like, who actually can full-heartedly, 100% honestly, right, can say, I feel safe in my own country. Because I'll tell you something, I don't even feel safe in my own country. I think that Russia's going to come invade us anytime. Trudeau turned around pissed off Putin, man. And like, I'm just sitting there thinking, the longer he stays, the longer Justin Trudeau stays in office, the more our chances of getting nuked get increased. Or getting invaded either way. Like, it could go either side at this point, but the way Trudeau's pissing people off, man, oh. Like, the guy's pissing off all the wrong people in all the right ways. I don't know how else to put that. But that's facts. Wait. That's why I want to get far away from society, seriously. I want to be able to live in peace and harmony and not have to... I know this place is going to tear itself apart. I know society will tear itself apart, but I want no part in it. I don't even want to hear about it when it happens. I'm going to be so far away and so far off grid, I probably won't even know when it happens. Okay? So, my advice this year, guys, is this. Learn it if you don't know it. So ask yourself this. If I was to be dropped out in the woods right now, do I know how to start a fire? Do I know how to make a shelter? To survive for 24 hours. Okay? Ask yourself that. Okay? And then if those answers are no, okay, then you have a job to do this year. You now have some new tasks, okay? Congratulations. There's some new goals I want you to have in life. Okay? Learn your basic survival skills. Please. Okay? And while you're on that road, okay, it probably wouldn't hurt to check up on your constitutional rights. Okay? Just reflect on that one for a little bit. I'm getting hungry here, so Like it's my breakfast time. Like this is usually the time I make breakfast. You guys know that. I want you guys to really, really have that under your belt this year, okay? And sneak in fishing, okay? If you don't know how to fish, hey, it does not hurt. You know what? No one catches fish on their first time, not all the time. I mean, actually, I can't say no one does, because maybe there is people out there that have. But you may not get it on your first time, and that's okay, right? But eventually you will get it, and it's exciting, okay? And you'll feel a sense of accomplishment when you catch your own fish, and especially when you learn how to clean that sucker and eat that one, and cook it, eat it, okay? Very important things. Now, next year, oh, and try to tackle gardening as well. Sorry, I forgot that one. So 3 things, right? Your basic survival skills outdoors, fishing, because fishing is easier than hunting. You can tackle hunting later. Hunting is a skill you can acquire after, right? Hunting and trapping, it comes later. Fishing is key because it is actually the easiest game to go and get in the wild, okay? Bears do it all the time, okay? Look how big they are. Alright, bears go fishing and they hibernate and they go to sleep for 6 months, alright? They've got it figured out, right? They don't go chasing down the rest of the animals and shit like that. They're like, nope, that's too much work. Fuck that shit. Alright? They've got the mindset already. You need to know your basic survival skills. You get that one through. We learned that one this year. We'll learn the gardening. You get those under your belt. Watch your YouTube videos. And there you go. You're on the path to success. Alright? To survival. Okay? And then you're going to start making your plan on where you're going to go. Okay? And you're going to start scouting, where am I going to go when shit hits the fan? Pick a spot, and then go there. But make sure you've found like-minded individuals online. And you can by going on, when I used to do Facebook, you can find them by going on Homestead Facebook groups and just get involved in the conversation, talk to people, be like, hey, you know, where are people planning to go if things go south? And you know, the conversation will get started. People already let you know, like, who are already doing homesteading, where you can go and where's going to be some safe points to go to, and right? Because quite frankly, there is hundreds of thousands and millions of people right now who don't have this kind of mindset and are not going to know what to do. And it's very important that if you want to survive, you need to know what to do. Okay? Because once these are off, they ain't coming back on. Okay? They ain't coming back on for a long time. And I'm telling you that right now. There's no fucking way they're coming back on for a long time. The only system that's gonna work is Elon Musk's Starlink system. And he's already given that, and he's already supplied the United States government, military, with that technology. So they're gonna be the only ones who are gonna be able to communicate. Okay? Not us. Okay? Just remember that. These won't work no more. Eventually. So, make it your priorities this year. Do what I said, please. If you already don't know. And if you already do know, okay, start prepping and planning about where you're going to go, where your escape plan is. You need 2 escape routes. Remember that. Okay? Plan for 2 escape routes. Always. Have plan A and have plan B. Shit, even if you want, make plan C. Okay? If you're someone like me, I've got 3 plans. Okay? But then again, I analyze everything. So, I could go on and on, but I don't I gotta shut up. Okay. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me rant. You know, my morning rant. My morning cup of coffee's almost done, too. I think that's my second one, actually. Yeah, it is. Nice. How long's the stream been on? Yeah, it's 3 hours. That's definitely my second coffee. Alright, you guys. It's Tuesday. We made it out of Monday, right? You know, and it's one day closer to Friday. And guess what? We all didn't get nuked yet. I say yet because, like, that's the joke, right? Because, like, the whole world is basically at World War III, so it's like everybody's sitting around going, when are we all getting nuked? Right? Are we all getting nuked yet? No? Okay, cool. Lunchtime. Right? No, it's trying to throw some humor in our lives. You guys take care of each other, alright? Stay safe, God bless, and try to do something nice for somebody today, please. Okay? Or compliment them, right? Apparently it's nice week, so Bam's even trying to be nice. Look at that. Ooh. Anybody and everybody can try. Alright. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you. Take care of each other. Alright. Till next live stream, Bam's out of here. Okay? Okay. Peace. Good talk.